What's going on, all my gearheads out there? Welcome to the Speed Limit 155 podcast. We're streaming live on two of our channels. One, obviously, the Speed Limit 155 channel. If you're not a subscriber over there, go check it out. Do some car content. We're also streaming on our main channel, Ghost Tactical. So most of you probably are going to be watching from that. If you're watching this in replay, listening in podcast form, we invite you to come over, subscribe to both of those channels, all that good jazz. Get the notifications so that when we do go live, you're more than welcome to join us in this fiasco that is our podcast life. My name is Trey, and we're going to talk a little bit about tonight about how to buy some cheap exotic cars, or how to find maybe your dream car that you never thought could be attainable. You'd be surprised what you can find out there. Today, this morning, not saying that it's a dream car of mine, but it's obviously an exotic supercar. Pull into work, and in the parking lot at work, I noticed a car kind of on the side of my eye, and I was like, well, that looks something like, I think I know what that is. But I thought, well, no one's gonna have that around here. We do have some very, 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 very nice cars where I live, but this was a Porsche Carrera GT. If you're not familiar, they only made them for 2 or 3 years back in the early 2000s, and most of them go for at least $1.5 million now. Obviously, I walk over to the guy and bother him while he was, like most Porsche exotic owners, had a little thing of spray wax and was kind of buffing it out. He said he was there for a wedding that we had, and started talking to him a little bit about his car. And once again, you don't see $1 million car very often. And I had never seen, I'd seen one, but I'd never been like that close to one. Like, I've seen one drive, but I've never like been right next to a Carrera GT. Talking to the guy, and said he bought it in 2009. It's a 2005 model. It's black, is beautiful. And he said he bought it in 2009. Had 18,000 miles, which is kind of a lot for that. But since then, he's got up to most 60,000 miles, which I love and appreciate and respect. He said, I didn't buy it to be a showcase queen, or you put in the garage. You might pull it out once a year to take it to a Porsche club rally or something. He drives it, not every day, but he drives it. And I love that. So we're going to talk a little bit about finding some of our dream cars. If you're out there in the chat, go ahead and let us know either a dream car or an exotic car that you would love to have. And we're going to go and look over on Auto Tempest. And Auto Tempest is a great place. What's going on, Bearded Tattoo? Sounds, well, crap. I thought the title said something about cheap exotic dancers. You know, we can go down that road too. I mean, I think most car guys are probably fans of girls. So cheap exotic dancers. I mean, I could probably tell you some places. At what point do they not become exotic dancers? If they're that cheap, are they exotic anymore, or are they just dancers? I don't know. I guess you could say the same thing for cars. At what point do they become less exotic and just cheap cars? We'll find out. That bearded and tattoo guy says a 72 Chevelle. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to share the screen over here, and let's go to Auto Tempest, right? Okay. So Auto Tempest is a cool little site because you can search. I've got it set for nationwide and used cars, new cars, whatever. But it'll search even if you don't care, it'll search for like salvage titles, flood damage cars, anything and everything, and all that. So it takes from all the different major search things, so it kind of compiles it into one. So let's go. Let's see here. A Chevelle. Refine search year. We said 1972. Let's go max 1972. All right. So let's see what a 72 Chevelle, and we'll go sort by, let's by lowest price. Let's just see what's out there. All right. So you've got a wagon. That's not really good. 17.9. And Denver's got 90,000 miles, about 91,000 miles for 17.9. Get yourself a nice Chevy Chevelle wagon, bright yellow. I mean, that's pretty badass. Let's go to this next one. A 72 Chevelle with 69,000 miles. It's in New Jersey for $19,999. So 20 grand can get you into a 72. Let's read more. It says, hello. Does it say anything about it? Clean title, 354 speed. So let's look at, let's see here. For $19,999, that's, I see car people. Yeah, they're all calling. Yeah, this one right here, it doesn't give a price. It's a 72 Chevelle with 82,000 miles. This one's that's pretty sharp, that yellow. 76,000 miles in North Carolina for $31,995. Another one with 69,000 miles for $32,900. Those actually aren't terrible prices. Yeah. So there's some out there for you. Jacob S says a 2-door 67 Impala. So let's go up here. Impala, huh? And he said a what year? A 67. And he said a 2-door, didn't he? That's a 4-door, 67 4-door for $15,500. A 4-door hardtop with 50,000 miles for $34,500. Ooh, that's a pretty one right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's pretty. Let's tell you what. Let's do this. I don't need to see my ugly face. 67 Impala, 35,000 miles. It's in Illinois, Jacob. That's not too far from you, for 39 grand. 39 grand. There's another one with 2,300 miles for about 40 grand. That's not bad. Here you go, a 67 Impala wagon, $2,500. It's seen better days. There you go. Yeah. Let's see here. Mine, there's so many. There's so many. I'll tell you one that I would love. I would love to have an Aston Martin. Let's go up to Aston, and let's go to a Vantage. Let's obviously take those years out, and let's search. And we're going to go lowest price. So I would love to have an Aston Martin Vantage. There's a V8. You know, you're talking about a car that's $150,000, $200,000 car when they first came out. 2007 with 64,000 miles. You get for $32,900. You can get a Aston Martin Vantage V8 for $32,900. 2008 with 51,000 miles for $35,000. Just beautiful cars. So like you're getting these supercars and all of that, and what possibly be dream cars for a very good price. Let's just, for shits and giggles, let's go over and do Porsche. Let's see here, Porsche. And let's go with Carrera GT and search. So let's go with either a 2004 to 2005. And let's see what's out there. So yeah, the Astons are they're a pain to work on. Obviously, but I would love to have an Aston. I love Astons. The Vantage are great, but yeah, they're a pain to work. But I mean, at this point, all these cars are going to be pain to work on. Let's just be honest. You're going to have to drop probably $10,000 to $20,000 a year, probably maintaining a lot of these quote unquote supercars. So it is what it is. Whoops. Let's what am I doing here? Oh no. There we go. All right. So 2005 Porsche Carrera GT convertible with 1,700 miles, $1.75 million. You got a 2004 for 4,700 miles. Says Inquire. There you have it. A lot of these are just going to be Inquire. So the only one that's actually showing a price is up in New York for $1.75 million. This guy got his in 2009, and he got it for probably a pretty good price. I would say anywhere from around 250, give or take a little bit here and there. And at worst, with 60,000 miles, let's say that thing's still probably worth now 750,000. So he's going to make his money if he ever wanted to sell. But you know what? The guy seemed like he would love to just drive it. Bearded Tattoo Guy says 66 MG. All right, well, let's go. MG, you said a 66, 1966. And search. All right. The Midget Mark II. 70. I tell you what, man. How about some of these? You can get yourself an MG, yeah. Didn't that Porsche have issues with oil leaking? I'm gonna say when you've got that kind of a car. Here's the thing, right? So this is why I say I love people that drive their cars. A lot of the issues that you're going to have on a lot of these exotic cars or supercars or whatever you want to call them, if they're driving them, like one of them, what has had 1,500 miles in 20 years. So if you're not driving them at all, you're going to not have the fluids flowing through that car. Some of those are, the hoses are going to get, worn out. They're going to get dried up. There's going to be problems, right? And that's the problem with a lot of these expensive supercars, exotic cars, is people just don't drive them. Well, cars don't like not being driven, right? They don't like just sitting there doing nothing. The funny thing is what depreciates those kind of cars is mileage, right? Just in general, the more you drive it, the more they depreciate. It is what it is. But here's the thing. With a lot of these cars, a lot of these issues with leaks here and there, whatever, are going to get fixed if they kind of fix themselves a little bit if you drive them. The more you're going to drive these, at least break them in. I'm not saying go 60,000 miles on them, but if you drive it for 1,000 miles a year or something like that, even 500 miles a year, a lot of these leaks and a lot of these little problems you're going to have, these cars are going to fix themselves just because you're driving them. A lot of these issues that they call it, these had these things, it was because they're not being driven. Electronics are going to go bad. Chips and sensors are going to go bad. Hoses are going to get dry rotted. All of these things, if nothing's flowing through those tubes and all of that, if nothing's happening to these cars, they're just sitting there. You got to drive it, man. Like if I ever do own one of these, I want to drive the piss out of it. Why? Because that's why I bought it. That's why I bought it. I didn't buy it to be sitting in a garage to show my friends, look, I just bought me, a Lamborghini Murcielago, and then never drive it. I want to drive it. And you know what? If I lose money on it and when it's all said and done, I probably got my money's worth out of it. Right. Let's see here. MG 1966, at least warm it up. Yeah. At least warm it up. Yeah. At least warm it up. Let it cycle those fluids, right? 66 MG. You got an MG Midget Mark II, 70,000 miles for $9,995, under about $10,000. Check this out: an MGB restored with about 100, with basically 100,000 miles. You can get it for $11,950. A 66 MGB with 18,000 miles for maybe $22,000. So you can get a classical MG, 66 MG convertible, man, or little roadster. Those are great little roadsters, man, for $20,000. You can get yourself a good. You can get a, like I said, one's got 100,000 miles. It's in New York for $11,000, $12,000. It's been restored. So I mean, that's some cool stuff right there. Let's see here. What happens if you search for Lambo? That's a great question. Do you have a specific, Jacob? I mean, I love Lambos. Do you have a specific model? Or just when you just go do a wide open search for Lamborghinis? Let's just do a wide open search for Lamborghini. And Lamborghini. And let's take the years off. No model search. Here we go. Let's find the cheapest Lamborghini in the country. How about a Lamborghini tractor for $25,999? Okay. Here we go. How big a boy are you? We've got 2019 Lamborghini Urus, which is their SUV, which is a badass vehicle. 43,000 miles for $50,000, and it is tore up pretty hard. Here we go. All right. So you want to get into a Lambo, right? I'm talking about 200, 250 minimum to get into a Lambo, new or very, very, very low miles. But if you just want a Lambo, here we go. A 2004 Gallardo. It's in Kirkland. Don't know where that is. 76,000 miles for $65,000. You're talking about a Gallardo. It's 20 years old. Guy drives it less than 4,000 miles a year, $65,000. Now, a lot of people say, that's $65,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it is for a car that was $250,000 when it was new. So people say, I can't afford a Lambo. If you can afford a truck these days, I mean, brand new trucks are going for $65,000 to $100,000 these days. You get a base model truck for $65,000, or you can go and get yourself a Lamborghini Gallardo. A 2021 Lamborghini Urus SUV, got 20,000 miles. You can get it for $80,000. Gallardos. Now the Gallardos in general are going to be, probably like the cheapest Lambo. I'm not saying they're bad cars, but they're the most cost effective Lambos out there. Oh, here's a 74 Espada, 5-speed, $90,000. That's cool. 1974 Espada. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, Gallardos. But here's the thing about Gallardos. I like the design of the Gallardo. You say, oh, that's a cheap Lambo. Yeah, it's a Lambo. It's still a supercar. Still going to go fast as hell. And the average person doesn't know if it's a Murcielago. Is it a, Diablo? Is it a Gallardo? Like, maybe the only one that people can actually pick out of a lineup is a Countach, just because it's iconic, right? But the average person isn't even going to, they probably don't even know they're different models. They're just, just a Lamborghini, So let's go check out a good one right here. Like I said, 2004 Gallardo, Lamborghini Gallardo, 76,000 miles. Get it for $65,000. That's really not that bad. Really not that bad. Let's just do Ferrari. Let's just say Ferrari. Any type. Search. Let's see what the cheapest Ferrari in America is. That's a go-kart. Probably don't want to do that. Okay, at 85 Mondial, 39.5. Okay, it's in Long Island, New York. Another 82 Mondial for 44. So you can get into a Ferrari for Let's go with a 308 GTS, 85 308 GTS. It's up in New York, 49.5. 1980 308. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Ferrari. Or not. Trying to see if there's any besides here. If you guys are familiar with the 308 or not, the 308 is Magnum. I don't know if you guys are young enough or old enough. Some of you may not remember. But Magnum PI, his was a 308. The famous Magnum PI Ferrari. So 1980 Ferrari 308, 53,500 in LA. In 1982 Ferrari 400i Spider for 60 grand. That's a replica. I don't want to do that. A 1999 355 Spider, 50,000 miles for $60,000. This next one, they're not bad looking cars. I personally don't particularly care for them. But you're talking about a 2009 Ferrari California, 36,000 miles for 62.5. 360 Spider for 65. So I mean, there's some out there. So like you can find yourself a good Ferrari for. If I had to go with what that $65,000 price range, if I had to go with like a 1980 or 82 308 or a California versus a Lamborghini Gallardo, I'm probably going Gallardo. Now, if you ask our buddy Chase, who may or may not be out there listening, he's not feeling too well. Chase is a big Ferrari guy. He also is a big Lambo guy, but he'd probably, I don't know what he would say. I don't know if he would take the 308 or the California versus. All right. So Chase, if you're out there for $65,000, you can get a 1980 308 Ferrari 308 or a, what was it? An 80 or even an 85. You can get a bunch of Mondials for about 50 grand, but or you can get a California 2009 or 2010 California for about 65 grand. Or would you take for the same price 65,000 a 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo? I'd take the Gallardo. After Lamborghinis are McLarens. Are there any McLarens on the side? I'm sure there are. I'll continue here in just a second. Let's go look at the Tom Selleck was on point. Yeah, his mustache was on point. Defense that's sold one of the 308s once at the dealership. Fun car. I'm sure it's a fun car to drive, but I wouldn't want to own it right now. Let's see here. What'd you say? Any McLarens? Let's go. Oh yeah, there's McLarens. Let's go and see what they've got McLarens out there. Any model. Let's just do that. The cheapest McLaren out there. Here you go. It's wrecked like a motherfucker, but it is a 2016 650S Spider, 17,000 miles. You can get it for 54,000. You're probably gonna have to dump about 100 grand into it. Maybe not as much, but those McLaren parts are not cheap. And all of that. That said, looks like this one, clean title and all that, a 2012 McLaren MP4 12C, 48,000 miles. You can buy for 84,900, so 85,000. Another MP4 12C for 85. Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of these are on the market. Here's a 570. With 30,000 miles for $102,000, a 2016 McLaren 570. Let's see here. Anything like a 650? Okay. 2015 McLaren 650S Spider, 22,000 miles for $113,000. Any 675s or anything? I don't see anything. A lot of 570s. You're talking the $120, $130 range. Let's kind of go up a little bit and see we get past, here's a 720. A lot of 570s available. A lot of 570s available. You can pick up for about $125,000, $130,000. 650S with 25,000 miles is $135,000. A lot of 570s out there. It's probably not boding well for the 570s, right? Probably not boding. I just looked up Jacob says, just looked up my zip code. I'm seeing totally different pricing in the hundreds of thousands. I'm putting nationwide. I'm not putting, I had to put my zip code in there just to have a search thing. But I put, it says like how many miles from your zip code. I put nationwide. So, I mean, that's what I did. Let's see here. What was that? Let's see here. How about Panteras? Okay. Well, I can do a Pantera. De Tomaso. Pantera all. How about that? Let's just do that. Here we go. A 1972 with 76. That's for 76,500. It's up in LA. A 71 for about 90 grand. A 74 for 100 grand with 58,000 miles. Here's a 73 Pantera with only 20,000 miles for 175 grand. Here's a 73 with 58,000 miles for 109 grand. Let's see. Here's an 86 with 60,000 miles for $210,000. Here's an 87 GT5S with basically 3,600 miles for $235,000. So yeah, they're out there. An F50 or an F40. All right, I can do that. Let's go here. Let's do F40 first. A 1991 F40 with 28,000 miles. It's in West Hollywood for $2.45 million. You've got a 92 F40 with 9,000 miles for $3.5 million. So let's see here. Let's go back and do the you said F50. Let's go F50 all. Only one that says a 1995 with 4,300 miles. Says inquires in Costa Mesa, California. So yeah, there you go for that. Bugattis. You want to do like a Veyron? I love that car. Let's go Bugatti. Let's just do all Bugattis. How about that? Okay, well, I'm gonna refine it because they're gonna start bringing us something. Let's go with the Veyron just for the shits and giggles. The cheapest Veyron out there. Yeah, there's not any. They don't come up for sale very often. Here we go. Chiron, 2,200 miles for $3 million. A 2019, 8,000 miles for $3.3 million. That one sold for $3.35 million. 2018 for $3.6 million. 2021 for $3.85 million. A 2022 for $4.3 million. 4.7 million. And then you get the Inquirer. So yeah, I mean, they don't come up for sale very often. Let's just be honest. So yeah. Let's see here. And what was next here? An 87 Grand National X. Okay. So let's see here. That'll be Buick model Grand GNX. Let's do that. Let's see what they got. Nope. Nothing found. 12 sources they were looking for. Not a one. Not a one of the GNX. I bet you those things don't go. Yeah, there's not very many of them ever made, but I don't think that if someone has them, they're not going to be listed. Those are one of those cars that if someone's going to get rid of it, it's probably going to go to a pretty big auction, right? It's not going to be listed on the online marketplace. Probably that's going to be a private sale, or it's going to be an auction. Some of those cars. Yeah, he said made the list 550, less than 500 international scouts. What the hell? Come on, Chloe. You got a link if you want to come in. Let's see here. I don't even know if they would be able to have that. International model. Let's go down to a Scout. I'm just going to put all Scout instead of the different models of the Scout, if you don't mind, Clove. I'm going to go all Scout. So let's look at this. A 1978 Harvester Scout with 143,000 miles. You can pick it up in New Mexico for $6,400 in Santa Fe. So on your way to SHOT Show, you might as well just stop by and pick yourself up a Scout for $6,400. You've got a 1976 with 67,000 miles you can pick up for $6,850. That's actually doesn't look like it's in terrible shape. This one's seen better days. A 63 with 9,400 miles you can pick up for $7,800. This one is in LA, 9750. Manitou Springs, Colorado, 11,000 for a 77. Those Scouts are pretty sweet, but yeah. What's the most expensive vehicle that they have on the site, you think? I mean, those Bugattis going for $4 million. I wonder if they, let's go find out though. Oops, go to this one, refine. And we're just going to go any make, nationwide, any model. And we're going to go search by highest priced. Okay, so someone's having some fun out there. A 1964 AC 2-liter with 954,000 miles, selling for $50 million in Savannah, Georgia. Now, to get a 1930 Ford Fiesta, $5 million. There you go. You've got the 2021 Lamborghini Sion Roadster for $5.5 million in Fort Lauderdale. Here we go with the Bugattis, right? The Bugattis, $4.7 million. You've got a 2014 LaFerrari. That could be interesting. The old electrical, the Evo, if you want to call it the electric Ferrari, $4.65 million. Bugatti at 4.3. The Koenigsegg, $4 million. Bugatti, a 1960 Aston Martin DB4 with 12,000 miles, $3.79 million. Yeah, then a bunch of Bugattis. There's a couple Koenigsegg's, which they don't come. Here's a 2015 918 Spider Porsche with 1,500 miles for 3.149. So yeah, I mean, Bugatti, a couple rare Lambos. You have the LaFerrari, the But a lot of Bugattis you're going to find for over 5, 4. What about a Ford Bronco? Let's see here. Okay. What was this? I wonder if they have a Vector. A Vector. Let's find out. What was that? I don't think so. A Vector. Who made the Vector? It's Vector Motors, but okay. Yeah, there's nothing that pops up for Vector, so sorry. No Vectors. Fluffy said he had a 60 Scout. There you go. What a Ford Bronco? Like a new one? Or yeah, the fence said there would be no Vectors. There doesn't even pop up. Vectors aren't even an option. So yeah, there's not even an option for Vector. Ford Bronco, I'm assuming like not a new one, are you? But let's go find the cheapest Ford Bronco. How about that? Ford Bronco all. Let's go not to the highest price, but holy shit, 2024 Ford Bronco V6, $288,000. They are outside their damn minds. Let's go lowest priced. Oops. So a lowest price, the cheapest Ford Bronco is a 1987 Ford Bronco 2 with 195,000 miles. You can pick up for $1,900. Here's a 1996 XLT with 324,000 miles on it for $3,800. 89 Bronco 2 with 34,000 miles for $6,500. There you go. 87 Bronco with 287,000 miles for $6,500. So there's some Broncos for you. Let's see here. I like the old style, all steel body. Yeah, those are the. I'll tell you what. Let's look up the old 70, like a 78 or so Chevy Blazer. Those are pretty badass. Those are better than the Ford Bronco. The old style Blazer, Chevy. Let's go Blazer. Let's see what, especially if we can get it in diesel, it'd be amazing. These are all 90s because they're going to be bad. Let's refine search. Let's go. A 1978 Chevy Blazer, 124,000 miles. You can pick up for $5,500. That's a pretty sweet one. A 77 Blazer for $19,900. K5, the 130,000 miles for $1,000. Yeah, those old Chevy Blazer, I think they're better trucks than the Broncos were. That's just that's just mine. That's just mine. Hyundai. What's that? Equus. Okay, I've never looked up a Hyundai. I'm not going to lie in my life, but let's go look up a Hyundai. A Hyundai Equus. Let's take out the years, obviously. Search for the cheapest. What did you say about it? This was the what? Competition to a Maybach? Really? Okay. I never heard of this damn thing. 2011, 144,000 for $5,500. In Georgia, you've got a 2011 with 200,000 miles for $6,000. In Texas, 260,000 miles for $7,000. The 2015 with 167,000 miles for 8,000. Never even heard of this car. I don't know. Those good prices. I have no idea, Defense Dad. Bet they'd be a lot more. If you're talking about the old Blazers and the old Broncos, yeah, they'd be a lot better than you getting a new. I would get an old Bronco or an old Blazer before I got a new Bronco. I'll just put it to you that way. That's just me. That's just me. Let's see here. Anything else? Did I miss something? Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure I haven't missed anything. A 59 Vet. Oh, interesting. Let's do this. Chevrolet Corvette. And you said what year? I go back and look at that chat. A 59. Hey, what's up?
Who said Hyundai? What the hell?
Yeah, Vince Dad said there was like a Hyundai Equus or something as his poor selling competition. Maybach, 400 horsepower, and you can get them for like $6,000. 2011 for like $6,000. 400 horsepower. Good Lord. But anyways, let's see here. Who wanted that? Bearded and Tattoo Guy says a 59 Vet. So let's go down here and search 1959. 1959. For those who didn't know, yesterday was Clover's birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. Really interesting. 1950. This can't be. Is this real? Surely not. Is this custom VIN? It's got to be like a kit car for 12,000 miles for 16.5. No. A 59 Corvette with 95,000 miles, but it's stripped. It's just basically the shell on the frame for 22.5. 59 Vet for 39.5. No miles on it.
May not have an engine.
May not have an engine. Yeah. 59. Let's see here. 42.5 in LA. No miles. Here we go. 8,500 miles. Looks like it's in good shape for 85 grand. That's more what I was expecting, was that $70,000 to $100,000. That's in good shape. So 8,500 miles.
That green one or whatever. Pretty.
This one here. 78,000 miles for 85,000. 15,000. Oh, look at this black. That's pretty sharp. 36,000 for basically 90 grand. 5,000. That blue sharp for 90 grand. 1,000 mile for 110,000. Look at this one. That's beautiful. 23,000 miles for 119,900. But that looks like that has been like completely magnificently restored. So yeah. Did you hear when I was talking about the Scouts? Yeah, there was, I think it was like $6,500 over there in New Mexico on your way to Shot, or on the way back from Shot. You can stop by and pick it up.
Yeah, that was like a 7. I like the 60s body style.
Yeah.
It's that shorter, I don't know, more like a Bronco 2 vibe or something. It's so smaller, more like a Jeep or something.
Yeah.
Shorter wheelbase, all that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's just have some fun. I'm gonna go any make, any model, the cheapest car
on their period.
Yeah, I need to take that.
You're gonna have to wade through a lot of junkers.
Yeah,
that one right there. There's a tree growing up through it. This not
literally.
Like that, whatever that pickup
was. A 2012 Subaru Outback 2.5. I limited with 137,000 miles. You can pick up for $93. You know what? That might be fun, just to destroy it For
Yeah,
$93, I could go buy that just to roll it off a cliff and video it. Wouldn't that be
well,
one of the greatest videos? That for $93?
if you know any lesbians looking for a good ride, there you
No,
go.
this is true. This is true.
Subaru Outback, man.
Wonder what's wrong with this one, a 2020 Jeep Wrangler for $225.
What? That's probably taking over the payments or something on it.
Probably.
Maybe.
This was a 2010 Chrysler Town and Country minivan with
Yeah, baby.
220,000 miles, $300. Like, even if you bought it for $300 and you just went out like across the street, you could sell it for 400 or 500.
So my thought on that is the engine's blown. Those
Oh,
have
absolutely.
interference engines, and my thought is that it's the timing chain or timing belt, whatever went, and
Yeah.
it's got a fucked engine probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2006 Toyota Corolla with 300,000 miles for $499. So if you're looking to send your kid off to college, here's the thing: a 2006 Toyota Corolla for $500, that thing's going to run for another 300,000 miles if you just change the oil in it. That's a great car to send your kid off to college with and not have to spend a lot of money. Or a first 16-year-old car. That's a great little car. It'll run forever.
A Corolla, yeah.
Yeah. It's got 300,000 for $499. Get it for $499. That one is in Chicago. Now you got to go to Chicago to get it, so that might be, a bad deal, but you never know. A 2005 Chevy Trailblazer with 210,000 miles, $500. It's got an open recall on it, but Here you go, Clover. A 1998 Ford Mustang. 133,000 miles for 600 bills right there. Just $600.
Got to have no engine or something blown or something's going on.
Let's see here.
Those are worth way more than
that. Damaged left driver's side door and rear panel.
Yeah.
Car does not start and not running. Engine cranks but does not start. Rebuild project or parts. There you go. If anybody wants a Mercedes, they bought a Mercedes, a 1990 Mercedes-Benz S-Class, 124,000 miles for $650, guys. $650. There you go. Oh, an Infiniti, 225,000 mile 2006 Infiniti FX for $699. Ooh, a Chevy Corvair for $700. Interesting. A 1998 Chevy Other. It doesn't even know what it is. $895. Oh, you know what I want to look for, because I used to love those cars. Let's go to Volkswagen. Volkswagen Thing. I love the Things. Those are cool little fucking cars. Let's see what I can get a Thing for. That's not that bad, actually. 1974 with 90,000 miles for $7,500. Okay. That one's a pretty one. 1974 for 11,000 miles. You can get for $13,900 up in Indiana. Hells yeah. It's not bad, actually. You like the Things? I like the Things. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're kind of neat.
Yeah. A Dodge Omni. Okay. All right. Let's look up a Dodge Omni. Dodge Omni. Let's where the Omni. Is it specific? Did you say a GLHS? Nope. No Dodge Omnis out there. Take care, bearded and tattooed guy. We're not going to stand this one. Let's just shoot the shit. What's a car that could kind of a dream car for you? Or is there an exotic car that you say, man, I love that thing? Or,
what are the DeLoreans doing?
They're probably, you can probably pick one up for cheap, I bet. To be honest with you, DeLorean. In 1981, oh my God, are you kidding me? 38.5?
Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, no. What do you, the hell no, 52.5? There's one in one in Houston with 42,000 miles for $69,900. You kidding me? For a DeLorean? Wow. $100,000 for some of these.
Yeah, they're not. That's the thing, man. When you start getting collectible, like shit don't get no cheaper.
I guess, but a DeLorean.
Oh, what was it with that one? Has
what?
that one been rigged out? Something looked like it was all had lights on it or something.
This one?
That one?
It's just got, yeah, it looks like they've got they've rigged it out with flux capacitor and all that shit.
Huh.
With 10,000 miles on it for $130,000 in St. Louis. Yeah, they've done like a flux capacitor, it looks like, on that. Yeah, I don't know. What is the car that has a trunk space like a truck? Is that a Camaro, or do I have that wrong?
El Caminos. El Camino or Ford Ranchero.
Oh, you're talking about a trunk space. Oh, yeah. It's a El Camino. I tell you what, well, you saw the coolest El Camino ever. We both did in South Carolina. Let's see what an old El Camino.
Got a buddy that's got a late 70 model. Not sure the year. I just know it's late 70s.
Yeah.
Fully restored. Yeah.
This is an 86 El Camino with 85,000 miles for $2,500. Here's a 77 El Camino with 49,000 miles for a little over about 6,500. The bid right now is at 1,000, but you can buy it now for 6,500. A 75 El Camino for about $7,000. A 79 El Camino with 94,000 miles for $8,000. So yeah, you can get into an El Camino well under 10,000. That looks like they're in decent shape. Yeah, the late 70s models were the best, and the best looking, I should say, in my opinion. What's up, Chris? Yeah, we're just looking online to see what kind of cool cars are out there, like what Auto Tempest says are the cheapest ones out there, how much you can get them for, and all that. That 72 looks like it's been restored pretty good. 108,000 miles for $13,000. That's not bad. 82 El Camino for 10,500, 123,000 miles. Yeah, 10 to 15 for 15,000. You can get yourself a really nice El Camino. I like El Caminos. I think they're pretty sweet.
See if there's any 68 model GTOs.
Ooh, Pontiac.
See how bad
specific. Yeah, see how bad you feel. Specific 68, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, GTO.
I don't know the body. I don't know that body style range. Or
68. Let's just do 1968. Let's see here. A 68 Pontiac GTO with 100,000 miles on it for $33,000. 8,400 miles on it for $39,000. Doesn't make any sense. 18,000 miles for $40,000. So yeah, that $40,000 range.
Yeah, kind of figured that.
Let's see what the most expensive one is. Highest priced 68 GTO. 1,114 miles in Carrollton, Texas for $116,777. It is pretty sharp looking, though. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mine was blue.
Was yours convertible?
No.
No, it was a coupe? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see here. There's a GTO 2-door classic coupe with 37,000 miles for $64,000.
That blue?
Right here, yeah.
That one blue?
Yep, it's in Iowa.
Oh, okay. Probably not mine, yeah.
Probably not yours, yeah.
I've seen mine.
You never know.
I've seen mine a couple times since I've sold it.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, twice.
It's still in the area then.
Yeah, I've seen it twice. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's the color.
Is that one? Is that one of your regrets in life?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
Not really. I gave like $350 for it, I think, and I sold it for I don't even remember. $3 grand, $5 grand. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
And I put some work into it, obviously, before I sold it. But
Buick GSX. And what year did you say? That's 1970. Let's see here. 1970. 1970 GSX, 2,100 miles for $155,000 in Stillwater, Minnesota, and that's the only one out there. So,
nice.
there you go. There you go. 1970 Barracuda. Interesting. Barracuda. They're not even giving me an option to find it. Where is it? They're not giving it to me? Okay, here we go. Barracuda. Did he say a year? 1970? Okay. All right. Let's do this one. Plymouth Cuda 1970 with 75 miles is going for 230 grand. That's the highest price. Let's go lowest price. A 1970 with 100,000 miles beat the shit for 8,200. 1970 with 10,000 miles for 20,000. 35,000 miles giving you for 50,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't think the Cudas were going that high.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
It ain't been that long ago, dude, that if you had a pile of money and land to put stuff on, holy shit, you could be rolling in it right now.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that the Cudas were going for that high. Wow. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah.
Everything is. I think it has a lot to do, too, man. You know how every year, you know how it gets with guns when the government says some shit and then, prices go up on stuff. And I think that's that way with cars because the government's always hollering and getting rid of gas vehicles, and they're always like these cities are going to, they got to pass these certain emissions things and a certain mileage and certain safety and this, that, and the other. And the more and the more and the more those regs come into, start getting passed, the older stuff like this, the rarer and rarer it gets.
Yeah, no, I get. I wouldn't expect, honestly, no offense, I wouldn't have expected a Barracuda for going twice the price of a GTO. I wouldn't expect that. To me, the GTO's a more iconic car. That's just me. Maybe the Cudas are more rare.
Well, you looked at the 68 too. I bet if you'd have went, earlier GTO, probably would have been higher. The one with the the stacked headlight model, with the squared off front end.
Let's find out. That one was a 65. Yeah, let's go with the 65. Let's just go real quick. Pontiac GTO.
Seemed like they changed, and they either the one I had was either the first year or second year they changed the body style. I can't remember.
1965 GTO.
Oh yeah, that's it.
35 grand for 7,000 miles. That's what I'm saying. Like I would have expected. Now here's one. 65 GTO with 144,000. They're wanting 50 grand, but no one's bid on it. So there you go. But here's one: a 65 GTO with 33,000 miles, 51,995. That's more. I would, 65,000. That's kind of what I would be thinking. That even the 68 you could still probably get 50. I would have thought, but
Speaking
I
of the
think
Pontiacs,
yeah,
look up a Tempest.
Pontiac. You going back to your my cousin Vinny days here?
Yeah, but the Tempest was a badass car too. It was severely underrated.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. 65 Tempest you can get for $3,500 with 10,000 miles on it in South Carolina. $5,000 for that beat up one. Here's one that's been kind of restored a little bit. 62 Tempest for 10,750. That's not bad. That's not a bad looking car. 17 grand, 17.5. So you can under $20,000, you can get yourself a pretty good little Tempest. Here's a 68 Tempest with 82,000 miles. They want 31.5 for it. That's probably,
good.
if you're going to get one, that's kind of the one you want to
That's
go
the
with.
green one. There's the one I was thinking when.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
one
know though. That
that's the
red
one
one.
that was the poor man's GTO, but it was probably a better car. Let's be honest with you.
The Le Mans was the
Mm.
actual
Okay, you're right. You're right.
GTO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what those are going for.
Because I may or may not had some Le Mans parts on my GTO. So
Here's a 70 Le Mans with 90,000 miles for 14 grand. There you go. You can get it for
they shifted over to more of a Camaro in the 70s, a Camaro look to me.
Yeah.
Whereas they were a GTO look in the 60s.
He's looking for what? AMX. All right, let's look at an AMX. You can get a 1970 AMX with 70,000 miles for $7 grand. Here's a good one. A 68 with 5,400 miles. That might be the best one out there for 35 grand. That's pretty sharp looking right there.
That's
that red one. That is a good looking car. That's in North Carolina. Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is basically Memphis. You get an 84,000 mile for 36.5. 1968, the white with the red stripe. That's a sharp looking car. I tell you, I want to hurt myself because I'm going to go find a Datsun. I want to find what the Z cars are going for. My dad had a 240, a 260, and a 280. I loved them growing up, and they are crazy expensive now. Let's see what a 240Z. I don't even, they're going for like 30, 35 grand at one point. Here's a 73 beat to hell for 10 grand. This one's 13,000. That's not bad. Here we go. 52,000 miles for 71, 240 for 30 grand. That's kind of what I've been seeing. 39, 40 grand right there. Let's go look at this 260. 260 you can probably get for cheaper. There's only one of them for 34 grand. What about the 280ZX? He had that one also. 280ZX. This is the one that I wrecked that I wish I would have had still. So I can find, you know what? That's not bad actually. 139,000 miles for 10 grand. I'll be damn. I can get me a 280ZX for a lot cheaper. A third, and this is the one that I wrecked. This could be fun to mess around with. Oh my God. Any of them close to me? Orlando. That's 20. Where's these cheaper ones? California, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Campbell, California, LA, Illinois, Georgia, 110,000 miles for 14.9. Pennsylvania, Orlando. My dad's was silver and blue. That's it. That's the exact car that he had. 1982 Datsun 280. That's exactly the T-tops. Hell yeah, this is exactly what my dad had. I wrecked it. 34,000 miles for $43,000. Oh, that sucks nuts.
A little bit.
I'd love to have that car again, though. Those old Z cars were cool as hell.
Check a 79. Check a 79 Celica.
Toyota Celica. Toyota Celica. You said 1979?
Yeah, go 79.
1979 Celica. You've got one that's beat the shit with 113,000 miles for 2,000, or you've got one that's got actually a decent one, 75,000 miles for 15 grand. That ain't bad.
Mine was more the color of that Datsun he was looking at, the yellow one.
The yellow, yeah,
The one
yeah.
I had. Yeah, yeah. What about a Subaru Brat?
Subaru.
Since we were talking about the El Camino, let's go subcompact version.
Right. Take a year off. Any year in particular?
I don't even know what years they made them. So no.
It was like 84 to 87. Look, there's only three of them. There's an 84 Brat GL with 242,000 miles. They want 15.5. And then this one's a 1987 with 27,000 miles. It says inquire for the price. They're not.
Yeah, 87 is a little newer than what I was thinking. I was thinking the early 80s models.
84, you can get one for 15.5.
Yeah. Huh.
So I went out there. There was something else out there I just saw.
Nissan Skyline.
Nissan's. Oh, now we're talking. I had a Skyline when I was in Okinawa. Wasn't a good one, but it was a Skyline. That thing was freaking bad. I love those things. Skyline. He said what year? 70. Okay. 1970. 1970. There is not one around. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the year off and just see what Skylines in general are going for. 1998 with 46,000 miles for 21. That's actually not bad. Here we go. 110,000 for 22. Really? 1994 with 200,000 miles for 26,000. And 93 with 135,000 miles for 42,000. Man, those Skylines were bad to the bone. Here's a 95, which might have been one of the better years. 53,000 miles for about 70 grand. Let's see what the most expensive Skyline. Just because there's going to be an insane one, I'm sure. Like a 98, 99. Because you can't, the 99 is the earliest you can bring. You have to be 25 years before you can import them. So next year you'll be able to bring a 2000. But yeah, a 99 GTR with 7,000 miles goes for 350 grand. That's about what I expected. Here's one with 20,000 miles for $190,000. Yep. I think you can get 200 grand for them. Those things are bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. All right, we've been going over an hour. Jeez, I was just going to go on for like half an hour just to shoot the shit. I hadn't talked cars in a while. Speaking of talking some shit on our extra channels, your avatar is a CloverTech Cards avatar.
Yeah.
Are you going to do some card shit going up?
God, man, I want to, like, bad. I've got to play around because I don't have StreamYard like some of you lucky fuckers. So I don't know. I gotta, and I may fire up a live here in a minute, just to see and turn my camera on or a camera on. I may not get in front of it, but point it at something. Just to run the camera with that Streamlabs and see if it works without lagging and being stupid.
Well, I know you did. Was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? You did a test run with a camera pointed at something, and it looked like you.
I have already done that.
Like at a
watch
put it
on a watch, so it would.
And it didn't freeze up once, if I remember.
Yeah,
I was only on there for a few minutes, but it did work.
Yeah, no, you're right. I did. I put the watch down so that you could see the seconds hand move, so you could, you know what I mean, tell if it froze or not. So hell, I forgot about that, so I did. So I need to get some things cleaned up and try to make that happen in the next week or so. I've got, in fact, I picked up some cards today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was really weird. I needed some cash. Was picking something up off of Facebook Marketplace, and obviously met at Walmart for that. And I needed some cash for that, and so I just went in and I bought a box of cards and then got some cash back. So
Might as
I
well.
bought a 2024 Tops Update,
Oh, okay.
uh, whatever they call it, collector's box or the something. So supposedly had a lot of good rookies possible in the update this year. So you would know more than me, but
Yeah, I mean
uh,
they had a pretty strong rookie class this year.
Jackson Holiday, Jackson Churro, it's
Yeah,
another Jackson.
Holiday. I don't think that Holiday is going to be the best player, but I think his card's going to be worth the most because there's so much hype around him earlier in
Yeah.
the year.
Paul Skeens
Um,
seems to be the hot one out of
that's
that.
going to be the one. That's going. I'm
Yeah,
going to say if you can find yourself a Skeens, then that guy is probably going to unanimously win the Rookie of the Year. I think it's already been announced. I'm sure it already has.
yeah,
But that guy should have at least been in a finalist for the Cy Young as well. Let's see here. Paul
yeah.
Skeens. Let's see here. La, 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 la. Uh, College career professional.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's
Let's see here.
Three Jacksons in there that's supposed to be hot. One is Cheerio, one's Holiday. I can't remember. Merrill, Jackson Merrill.
Oh, with Padres, yeah, that dude's gonna be our center fielder. He's gonna be a stud. You need to find. Well, let's see here.
Those
One
and the
nine six
Skeens, and then
ERA, 170 strikeouts. He was named Rookie of the Year. I want to know what happened in 2024 NL Cy Young voting. So Skeens finished third in the Cy Young his rookie year. How about that? Chris Sale wins it. Beat out Zach Wheeler, but Paul Skeens of the Pirates finished third
pretty crazy.
in his rookie season. And he didn't even start the year off in the big leagues. He was in the minors to start. He only down there for about a month. But still, I remember that fucker because he pitched for LSU and we had to face him when he played Arkansas. And that dude was the real deal. Ironically, he started his career at the Air Force Academy. And it is what it is. Transfers to LSU, wins a national championship. But I think that his personality, I saw an interview and he was like, look, I would have loved to have served my country. I just don't think my person, he's a different guy, right? He's a little bit different dude. I don't know if he would have meshed with the military, but it's the Air Force. So, I mean, maybe he meshes with that. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
transferred to LSU, wins a natty and Rookie of the Year and comes in third in Cy Young. That's not a bad. It's not a bad last year of your life, right? Win a national championship college, Rookie of the Year, and coming third in Cy Young. I'd take that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that. I wanna rip into some of that and see if I can chase a Skeens. I think that'd be cool.
Yep.
Uh,
Merrill will be good. Like I said, yeah, he's great. He's a center fielder for the Padres. Fantastic young player.
and then I
Fantastic young
was
player.
I was trying to look here because there was another one that damn, I ain't gonna be able to find them. But there was another one. I've got a retro box of hockey.
Oh yeah, like retro,
That
like 90s, 80s,
Yeah, I think
2000s.
it's like 9091, I think.
Ooh, there's
And
some
holy
really
shit, dude.
quality
Well,
cards
that's
available on
that's
that.
man. There's 14 Hall of Fame rookie cards
That's what I'm
possible.
saying.
14. You've
There's
got
there's some
Jeremy
quality
Roenick,
stuff.
Mike Modano,
Mhm.
uh, Ricky. Was it Mark
I know
Ricky?
Patrick
Mark
Wall was probably around in that area. I think maybe in late 80s, but
Ed
Wall
Belfour. I think
was
maybe Ed
Ed
Belfour
Belfour
was one.
with Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 14. There's 14 in that
Let's see
series, and I'm
here.
like, holy crap, that'd be
Patrick
a cool
Wall,
rip.
rookie year, 1985 for Wall. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's yeah.
I thought he was maybe late 80s. I didn't think he was 85 though.
Yeah,
Jesus. But he played like 20 fucking 5 years or something. So he was,
yeah.
but yeah.
But I've got
Oh,
I've actually got two boxes of those.
okay.
Uh,
All right.
yeah, yeah. So I just need to set something up and try to get it done.
Yeah, man. I enjoy the card channel. I always I always like watching that. So like I said, I love obviously doing the ghost stuff and all of the podcasts that I do with that, but I really do enjoy um the car. I've never done a live with the music channel. They don't do anything, but it'd be kind of fun to turn that
We do
on.
some behind the scenes back and forth.
We do, and we've played the guitars together, not on a live stream, but we've done that several times. I need to get the guitar; it's right there. I just haven't played it for a while. We were talking on the phone last weekend. You were just ticking away at one. So,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, I'm always within just about within reach of a guitar, man.
yeah, uh,
It's a therapy thing for me.
yeah. I
I don't
just
really play for anybody. I'll do a
no,
video every now and then or do something, but it's just usually most of the time it's been that way for my entire life. Ever since I first picked one up, it's just me on the porch or
yeah,
in my bedroom or whatever, and just spending time and picking around and relaxing. You know,
absolutely, yeah. That's I
yours is
haven't played
behind
it,
you.
and it's behind me. It hadn't moved in a few months, so I need to get down and play.
Yeah,
Do a quick tune
yeah,
on it and just play. Just play, not
yeah,
plug it in or nothing. Just play it.
yeah. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, faux show. If you guys were talking about secondary channels, if you guys missed the Ghost of Clover last weekend, that was when it was. I don't remember if it was last weekend or when it was, but we were talking
It
about.
was. It was a week from tomorrow. I haven't even dropped
Um,
the replay on it yet. I got to get that done. In fact,
yeah,
I'd worked on that earlier. I got the artwork fixed, the title fixed, I got everything
yeah.
finally fixed on it.
We were talking about channels that if we could start like a new channel, what we do. And I think mine would have been the I think I would have done a food channel, and you said you would have done like a DIY channel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, some type of tool related of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And you know what? That could happen still. You never know. You
Yeah.
never, ever, ever
Only
know.
takes a minute to make a new channel, so
That's
why
right.
not?
And it only takes a 30-second video to blow you up.
Apparently.
Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
You got anything coming up on any of the channels that you want to talk about this next week? Anything crazy?
Uh, Man, we got Black Friday and we got
Mm,
Cyber Monday and all that. I'm hoping that there'll be some things to talk about as far as merch and stuff goes.
yeah, yeah,
I don't want to give anything away just yet. As far as content goes, between now and the end of the year, we talked about it on the Ghost and Glover last week. But
yep,
obviously, we've got some Gerson stuff
yep.
to play around with. I've got several video ideas. Being the end of the year,
Hmm.
I kind of want to do something. I try to every year, and you do too. I think do some kind of best of with the year,
Yeah,
type
absolutely,
thing.
absolutely.
I want to get that. I've kind of got, you're familiar with something I picked up the other day at the
Hmm.
local gun shop. So I
Yeah,
do want to I've kind of been trying to plan that one out in my head and even on paper a little bit, but I want to do a 22 rifle kind of little bracket battle royale thing
oh, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah,
uh,
sure.
with some stuff. Uh,
Like
but
rifles or just
yeah,
rifles only? Okay. Yeah.
we'll go all 16-inch barrel or longer and that sort of thing. I'm not worried about action, so there'll be a mix of different actions
Yeah,
in there, of
sure.
course. But and lay them all out in a bracket. I just don't know how many I want to go. I don't know if I'm going to go with a 16 or an 8, but
Right.
we'll probably go 8 for the sake of time. But that'll be
Mm,
a pretty long video unless I can find some interesting ways to edit it down.
right. Yeah, I hear you. That'll be
So
fun. We'll be on the
yeah,
lookout for that.
yeah.
We're not going to do the podcast Tuesday night. I'm going to be out to dinner with my wife and some friends for her birthday. It's coming up on Thursday. So we're going to do a birthday thing Tuesday with some friends. So we're going to do the Armed Citizen podcast. We're going to do it Monday night at 7 Central. Monday. So be on the lookout for that. We'll do that Monday night, and we won't do it Tuesday, obviously. And wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and all of that stuff. And yeah, we'll have a good time. But guys, we will see you on the main channel, Ghost Tactical, Monday at 7 Central for the Armed Citizen podcast. We appreciate you guys joining in. Have a little fun talking cars. Like I said, this is the Speed Limit 155 podcast. Go fast or get the hell out of the way.